it's Christy. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be making a card using Lawn Fawn's Garden Mouse, Spring Basket, and All the Grasses. I've stamped my images on Copic friendly cardstock with Lawn Fawn jet black ink. I'm going to be coloring with my Copics to match some pattern paper from the Bitsy Blooms 6x6 pad. So I just took out a little scrap there and tucked it under my cardstock panel so I can use it as a reference. I'm going to start with my mice, and I'm going to use E30, E31, and E33 for them, starting with the E33 and laying in some shadows on Mama Mouse based on where her clothing is. And then for the baby mouse, I'm going to put that down the left side of his body since he's facing right, with a little bit under his chin area. And then I'm going to blend out those shadows with the E31. And I'm going to finish off with the E30 for a highlight. And by the way, if you're looking for other ways to color mice, I do have a video on my channel of 8 different ways to color mice, and you can find that in my Ways to Color Critters playlist. And if I remember, I will add a link to that playlist down in the description bar below. Moving on to my dirt, I'm going to use E23, E25, and E27, starting with the E27 down at the bottom and a little bit up on the right, blending out with the E25 and finishing with the E23. And then I'm going to pull out E40, E41, and E43 for the basket. I'm going to put the shadows underneath the rim of the basket with that E43, and then a little bit along the sides and on the handles. And then I'm going to blend that out with the E41. And I'll take that up the basket handles just a little bit further. And then I'm going to bring in E40, but I'm actually going to leave a little bit of plain white cardstock showing for an extra highlight. Next, I'm going to work on my terracotta pots, and I'm using E93, E95, and E97. For the 2 on the left and the right, I'm going to place my shadows where the one in front would be casting the shadow. And then for the one in the center, I'm going to place it on either side, and I'll do the same with the single pot. Blend out the E97 with the E95. And then I'll use the E93 for the highlight. And I'm using this to represent the orange that is in that pattern paper. It's super small, and I think the terracotta does a nice job of representing that. I'm using R11, R20, and R22 to add in some rosy cheeks, color in the noses and inner ears of my mice. And then I'm also going to do the tulips in the pink. For the mice, I only use the darker 2 shades, but for the flowers, I'm going to throw in that R11. And then I'm also going to do the butterfly using this combo, all 3 shades. And I'm going to do one of the little seed packets up at the top. I just stamped that image multiple times because I thought it would be fun to have it in a few different colors. Next, I'm going to bring in some yellows. I'm using 4 shades so that I can do the 2 different tones of the daffodils. I'm using Y11, Y13, and Y15 for the petals, and Y15 and Y17 for the centers. So I started with the Y17, blended out with the Y15, added a touch of the Y15 to the petals, and then I'll blend that out with the Y13, and then I'll finish with the Y11. Daffodils do come in a few different varieties and different colors, but I think this one is pretty classic and my personal favorite. Then I'm going to switch to some greens. I'm going to use YG11 and YG17. All of these green areas are pretty tiny, so I'm just using the 2 shades. I'm using the YG17 first to lay in some shadows, and then I'm going to blend everything out with the YG11. Most of the time I like to mix it up and do the leaves on the flowers different than the grasses. So I'll use 2 different green combos, but I decided to keep it more simple today and just really match that pattern paper. And I thought this combo went well. Next, I'm going to switch to some turquoise shades. I'm using BG11 with BG45 and BG49. I'm going to use just the tiniest bit of that BG49 because it is quite bold, and I'm going to do the Mama Mouse's apron, and then after some deliberation I decided to make her little sun hat to match. At first I thought I might do that in a different color, but I decided to keep her outfit consistent. So I'm blending out the BG49 with the BG45, and then I'm going to bring in the BG11, which is going to lighten it up considerably. I'm also going to do the centers of the daisy looking flowers. I did throw a little bit of the BG45 in the larger one, and then I'm using just BG11 to add a little bit of shading to the Happy Mother's Day card. And then I'll use all 3 shades to do one more of the little seed packets. And I just shaded that on the left. The final color that is in that pattern paper is a kind of blue violet. So I went with BV00, BV01, and BV02. I'm doing the scalloped trim that is on the Easter basket. I'm imagining that it's like a little scalloped fabric that is lining the basket. So I'm doing that in purple. And then I'm going to do the petals of the 2 daisy looking flowers with this combo as well. I decided that there wasn't enough contrast there, so I did bring in 1 shade lighter, the BV quadruple 0, to finish all of that off. And then I'm also going to do the last seed packet, and I did use the darkest 2 shades and then the lightest one. And then the final thing to color is the watering can, and I'm just going to go with some cool grays for that. I decided to make it look metal, and I always think of the cool grays when I think of metal. So I used C0, C1, and C3 for that, and then trimmed all of these images out with their matching dies. For my focal panel, I've taken the Secret Garden window from Lawn Fawn and die cut that out of some Bristol smooth surface cardstock. I'm going to give that 1 turn to the left and start blending on some Distress Oxide inks using some stencils. I'm using the Cloudy stencil for the sky with Salvage Patina, and I'm going to do 2 rows of clouds on here, just giving that stencil a turn so that I get a different cloud formation, and I'm trying to keep it pretty light on this card as well. I really want the coloring to be what stands out. Then I'm going to bring in the Slimline Grassy stencil and lay that down about halfway down the panel. And then I'm going to bring in some Twisted Citron Distress Oxide ink. I'm trying to come up with a green that will match the Copic coloring and the pattern paper. So I will add in a little bit of Mowed Lawn. I think Mowed Lawn on its own is a little bit too dark, but these 2 shades mixed together is pretty close to that pattern paper and the coloring. So once I finish that, I just want to do a little bit of splatter to give this some interest. So I'm going to press the Salvage Patina and the Mowed Lawn onto an acrylic block, add a little spritz of water to those, and then I'll pick that up with a thin paintbrush and splatter that all over the background. I am trying to keep the blue in the blue area and the green in the green area, but if there's a little cross-contamination, I really don't mind. So I didn't bother covering it up. And then I'm just going to set this panel aside to dry. Once the focal panel has dried completely, I'm going to pop that into my MISTI, and I'm going to stamp my sentiment, and I'm going to use some Dusty Concord Distress Oxide ink since I'm stamping on top of Distress inks. And I am going to stamp the word Mom, and that is from the Mom Plus Me stamp set. And then I'm going to switch to VersaFine Onyx Black ink, and I'm going to stamp the I love you sentiment right below that. That is also from Mom Plus Me. And I'm pressing down a little bit more firmly on the U so I get even coverage because it didn't look quite even to begin with. And then I'm going to pop my card base in my MISTI. I'm using some mist cardstock from Lawn Fawn, and I'm stamping in Merman ink. And by the way, on the coloring panel, I had stamped the water droplets from the watering can in a aqua colored ink, and it was also this Merman. So now I'm going to go back to that Bitsy Blooms pattern paper pad and look for some pattern paper to use. I'm going through my scraps first to see if there's anything that will work, but I ended up needing to tear out a larger sheet because I really wanted to use the panel that I had used for the coloring inspiration, which is the multicolored flower. This is my final sheet of that in this paper pad. It's a very well-loved paper pad for me. So I'm definitely going to have to place an order for a new one. But I wanted to use 3 different prints on this card, so I'm going to also pull out one from the Blissful Blossoms, and I'm going to use this kind of green tone-on-tone, almost like an ivy type print. So I'm going to trim those down. I used the largest of the large stitch rectangle stackables for all 3 of those, and then I used the bottom of the stitched party banner die, the smaller one, to selectively die cut the bottom to turn it into the pennant banner on the floral print. So I'm covering the card base completely with the green ivy. And I didn't have that quite straight the first time, so I had to pull it up and just move that slightly to have that line up with the edges. And then I'm going to take the rainbow diagonal plaid and adhere that across the center horizontally. Then I'll take the rainbow floral with the pennant banner end, and I'm going to glue that over toward the right with a little bit of the green showing through, and just make sure that's on there nice and straight. Press that down into place. And then I've added some Scotch 3M foam tape to the back of my focal panel. So I'll just peel off all of those release papers, and I'm going to line that up right inside the rainbow plaid over on the right hand side of the card. So now I'm ready to start adhering my images, and I'm going to start with the largest, which is the basket, and I'm going to tuck the daffodils inside of that. So I'll just add some more liquid glue to the back of those pieces once they're stuck together, and I'm going to place that over toward the left side of that focal panel, right along the grass line. Then I'll take the Happy Mother's Day card and glue that down in front, although I'm going to end up moving that in a little bit. I added the trio of terracotta pots over toward the lower right, and I'm going to glue the daffodil on the very end so that it's the farthest away in the scene from the trio of daffodils. I'll add the daisy flower in the far left pot, and then I'm going to add the little tulips in the center one. I'll just tuck those back behind. Then I'm going to take the mother mouse and I'm going to glue her into the space between the basket and the flowers. I'll add the watering can into her hand. And this is why I had to move the Mother's Day card. I realized that once I added the water coming out of the spout, that it was going to be pouring all over the Mother's Day card, which of course we don't want. That wouldn't be a good thing. So I'm just going to end up removing that Mother's Day card, and we'll add that back into the scene later on. At first I just shifted it over to the side, but I ended up moving it. I'm going to add the final terracotta pot right below the water, and then I'll add the little sprout sticking out of that pot. I'm making sure when I add my pots down that I don't add the glue all the way to the top edge so that I can tuck these flowers and sprouts and things back behind. So I pulled off the Happy Mother's Day card and I'm going to replace it with some grass from the All the Grasses stamp set. And I'm going to add some more grasses over on the right hand side to balance that out. I am kind of putting that baby mouse into the scene to remember to leave a space for him, but I don't have him glued down yet. I'm going to add that little pile of dirt. That is another thing that I'm going to end up moving as I was kind of getting this scene situated because of the Happy Mother's Day card. I forgot that I needed to add that back in and I needed to leave a space for it. So I just pulled up the dirt and replaced that with the card. I thought that that was a good space for it to go far away from the water. And then I'll add the dirt down in front of the little pot that's by itself and the grass and down below the baby mouse. Then I have this little trio of seed packets to add to the scene. And again, I'm just placing the colors far away from where they appear in the scene to kind of spread those colors around a little bit. And then I will add the butterfly up next to the mom sentiment for a nice little pop of color in the sky. I did want to add a bit of glitter to the scene, so I grabbed some Stardust stickles and added that to my butterfly and to all of the flowers. And then I decided to do the top of the seed packet as well, since seeds are kind of magic all on their own. And then I wanted to add a sprinkle of sequins, so I took 3 different sizes up at the top and then 2 sizes down below. I'm just picking those up with an embellishment wand and adding those back down. And then I'll use the other end of the tip to secure those into the glue. And then once those have had a chance to dry for about 30 seconds, I will add some Stardust stickles into the centers of those as well. And that is going to finish off this card, so I'm going to lift it up so you can see it in a bit more detail and give you another peek at the inside. I really hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to give the video a like and leave me a comment down below. I'd love to hear from you. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already and ring that notification bell if you want to be alerted when I post new videos. All of the products I used will be listed and linked in the description bar below in case you'd like to pick up anything for yourself. And if you'd like to keep watching, here are 2 extra videos I thought you might also enjoy. You can click on either one to check them out. Thanks so much for spending your time with me today. I hope you had a good one, and I'll see you soon in the next. Bye-bye!